There is no expression of the American dream quite so basic as that of owning your own business. Many people who tackle this challenge do it by opening a restaurant. And there is no restaurant so quintessentially American as the Old Burger and Shake Drive-In. But the majority of restaurants actually fail within the first year. To have a better chance of success, you might consider choosing a restaurant idea that's been proven and one that has the backing and support of an existing team. Yet, the more people you involve, the less you'll control your new business. In this critical investment decision, you have to carefully choose the form that your business will take. Sonic is the largest chain of drive-in fast food restaurants in the United States, with over 3,500 locations in 44 states across the country. Most of those restaurants are individually owned and operated, just like the first one, founded by Troy Smith in Shawnee, Oklahoma in 1954.
I think Troy, like anybody else, it's an American dream to have your own business. And he saw early on all the promise that the restaurant industry held.
After coming back from World War II, he took a job as a milkman, but he quickly realized that he wanted to run a business of his own. Over the next several years, Troy opened a number of restaurants in an effort to find out what worked best for him. But he ran these businesses by himself as sole proprietorships. He got to make all the choices, but he had no one to help him make the restaurants truly great. And ultimately, those first ventures all failed. Eventually, Troy bought a 5-acre gravel lot.
And on this property, he actually had a steakhouse and also a root beer stand.
That root beer stand was called the Top Hat Drive-In, and it sat next to the log cabin that Troy turned into an upscale steakhouse. Troy almost tore the stand down to make more room for parking, but he took a closer look at the business and he realized that would be a huge mistake.
He quickly saw the root beer stand was a much more profitable business venture, and that's why he went forward with Top Hat.
Troy's first idea to improve Top Hat came to him at a hamburger stand in Louisiana, where the owner had rigged some intercom speakers that allowed customers to place orders from inside their cars. Back at the Top Hat, Troy's customers had to park far away and walk across the gravel lot to the restaurant. So he commissioned a set of speakers for himself and took the idea back to Oklahoma, added a canopy to the parking lot, and hired servers to bring food directly to customers' cars. The changes were such a hit that revenue went through the roof. More importantly, though, they impressed local grocer Charlie Papp, and the two formed a partnership where Troy improved the business and Charlie did the sales. Over the next few years, the pair opened several more Top Hats around Oklahoma. Then something unexpected happened.
As they looked to grow the business further and were going to go to incorporate, they found out that Top Hat was already trademarked as a restaurant brand.
In cases where legal challenges become successful lawsuits, general partners can sometimes lose everything: the business, the investment, even their homes. Fortunately, Troy and Charlie were covered by a limited partnership agreement, which protected their personal assets if the business ran into such trouble, though they could still lose their restaurant. The more robust protections of a limited liability partnership, such as each partner being protected from liability over the other partner's mistakes, that wouldn't exist until the 1990s. So, deciding that it was better to be safe than sorry, they agreed to change the name of the business.
Troy and his partner Charlie said, what can we choose? What represents the brand? And they said, we always want our service to be so fast. Service at the speed of sound. Sonic.
Sonic restaurants, with service at the speed of sound, were born. Soon, other people were expressing interest in opening their own Sonic restaurants as well. Far too many people to take on as additional partners. So, to grow the business, Troy and Charlie were going to have to think bigger. They decided to take on franchisees.
When Sonic's looking for a new franchisee, we'll look at the experience. Have they been in the restaurant or retail industries? Also their financial abilities and capabilities to make sure they can finance the business, get it started, and make sure it's on a great path for success.
Here's how a franchise agreement works. Somebody with a great business idea, like Troy, signs an agreement with an interested party that lets that person, the franchisee, use all the basic intellectual property of the business, like the brand, logo, menu, and suppliers, in exchange for an agreement to closely follow a strict set of quality and product guidelines. This agreement allows a franchisee to walk into an already successful business with a lot of the groundwork already done, in exchange for losing a lot of control over the broader aspects of the business. For example, the franchisee can choose where to build their Sonic, but gets expert help from the home office to decide on precisely which property will work best in that market.
Sonic works with its franchisees to help choose locations, both kind of the art and the science of it. You want to be in those parts of town that are growing or are newly developed, and that's where the local perspective of a franchisee comes in. Usually no one knows their hometown better than someone that lives there.
That makes the franchisee the local, friendly face of the national brand. They manage the day-to-day operations of their business without having to spend precious startup resources on the bigger picture.
Put the top down, Pete. It's summertime.
The top is down, TJ.
Well, put it up, man. It's blowing my hair everywhere.
Okay.
This is how you Sonic.
The beauty of being a Sonic franchisee is you get all the value of that big brand, but it's still your business. And we feel that's the best combination out there. We take care of the marketing and advertising and product development, and we look for franchisees that are going to deliver that great Sonic service and make sure every customer leaves with a smile.
Today, Sonic has thousands of franchisees from all walks of life in every corner of America. The combination of great support and flexibility of allowing the franchisee to run their own business in the market where they live and interact with their community has made Sonic a rare national chain that still feels like a mom-and-pop place when you're dining there. This flexibility allows franchisees to focus on building their business rather than the brand or the corporation, thus allowing them to become financially successful. Successful enough perhaps to open even more Sonics.
We're looking both for those that just want to own one restaurant and one drive-in, or those that would like to get larger. And we see it happen where folks come in and maybe they just want to open one, but they have some great success and they look to open additional restaurants to build upon that success. But what's great is that whether it's 1 or 100, there's a spot for you at Sonic.
Sonic Restaurants started as the brainchild of Troy Smith in a little town in Oklahoma. From his first sole proprietorship that he ran alone, to taking on a partner, to awarding franchises to interested parties, incorporating, and eventually becoming a successful public company, doing millions in business each week. Sonic has chosen the right form of business at every step of its evolution. Maybe that's why Sonic continues to grow at the speed of sound.
The future for Sonic looks so bright. We've got a 60-year track record of success, and that's because of great food, friendly service. But we also know it's a whole new day out there and a whole new group of consumers we want to appeal to. So we're incorporating new technologies that will make the Sonic experience better than ever, that will truly create the 21st century drive-in.